Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some kind of awful and kind of lame gaming news when it comes to, you guys can go and guess it, probably the two most heated kind of things that people like to go and talk about nowadays: cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and basically we're now seeing a huge multi-million-dollar investment from one of the biggest basically crypto exchanges out there to now go and have a huge platform for games and game publishers. This is gonna be a little bit of a doozy of a video over here, so we have a lot of stuff to go talk about, some kind of actually crazy news of like stuff in like the billions of dollars, which is always kind of crazy too to see where all this money even kind of comes from. And there's a lot of other things kind of variously mixed on in, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, get a bunch of free stack and free money, same with that Coinbase too as well, and leave a like on this video and definitely give me your thoughts and comments as we kind of go on through it, because this is always a doozy. So first and foremost, I also want to go and say, when it comes to these really big like investments and kind of scary things when it comes to gaming, I'll be honest, I hold a lot of cryptocurrency. I don't mind crypto. And also when it comes to NFTs, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I'm not the big fan of them trying to push it too hard into gaming. I know a few friends with NFTs. I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. I don't own any myself. I can see like a few little merits of it, but at the end of the day, I kind of feel like when it comes to microtransactions and all those types of things, we usually like to go and stray away from that when it comes to gaming. Think EA, think all the other various places. We just don't necessarily like having to spend more money for a service. I'd rather just go and have a full completed video game, and if I want to unlock something or unlock cosmetics or all that stuff, I'd rather just be unlockable throughout the game for me playing the game. I think we'd all probably collectively agree on that one. And that's why I'm always a little bit more on the scarier side, because NFTs kind of seem like they're just trying to make a lot of extra money. It could work in some games, it could work in none. I'm not anti-NFT at all, but this is kind of a little bit of a scarier adoption when it comes to people utilizing this. So as you guys know, a lot of the big crypto exchanges, think like Coinbase, Kraken, or the one kind of we're gonna be talking about for this, FTX, actually have more money than they kind of know what to do with. So kind of good news in terms, I guess, of like expanding gaming, I guess, if we're trying to be on the positive side. But at the end of the day, it kind of is just, it's kind of, I'm just waiting for the one big issue where some big company or like an Ubisoft or whatever completely messes it up and everyone goes and gets upset, because it just kind of seems like it's a ticking time bomb when it comes to all this stuff. But for this one, we actually have some crazy news in regards to the cryptocurrency exchange. FTX is launching a gaming unit to now go and drive token adoption. And basically a huge exchange is now trying to basically make crypto as a service and also make a platform once again for game publishers. It's kind of like the same thing we saw for GameStop, which, I mean, I'm intrigued on this stuff. I'm very intrigued on the future of cryptocurrency. Like I said, I have crypto. I'm not anti-crypto. Like, if I literally had a random NFT sponsor offer me a sponsor, I'd probably go and take it and just go give all the money out to you guys or something. Don't worry, I don't have any NFT sponsors lined up or anything like that. But like, at the end of the day, it is something I think is going to be happening almost no matter what, even if we don't want it, because it just seems like every big company known to man is trying to get on it. And it's more so kind of on their own company greed rather than anything else. So let's go talk about this, because I feel like it's kind of weird and kind of somewhat scary news when it comes to gaming. So crypto exchange FTX is now launching a brand new team focused on driving cryptocurrency and non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, adoption in the gaming world. The initial offering from the gaming unit will reportedly be a crypto as a service platform through which game publishers can launch tokens and provide support for in-game NFTs. First and foremost, is that the only pretty much expression I need to go do throughout the entire video? They go and state saying, we are launching FTX Gaming because we see games as an exciting use case for crypto. Once again, probably just trying their best to go make some money if they can. An FTX spokesperson told Bloomberg via email, there are 2 billion plus gamers in the world who have played with and collected digital items who can also now own them. And I was gonna go and say I like the idea of it. Like, it'd be kind of cool if you can basically go and like have you have say an Ubisoft game system, and you may just go buy one item and it basically be floated around throughout pretty much every other game in the future. It just never seems worthwhile, because you basically have to have like the entire same like coding system to really go transfer on over. There's a lot of internals too as well. Or basically, like, imagine like you have a different weapon, they have different stats. What if like your random really cool weapon in a certain Ubisoft game On the next game, basically it just is awful, but on the same part too, it just takes a lot of extra manpower to go and utilize and add these towards games, where while it is possible, if everyone's on the same page, if we can't even go and deal with like having the same game on a Sony and Xbox system, like at the end of the day, this is never going to really happen long term. Now there might just be pure gaming focuses, like think maybe like a metaverse type style thing, but even for that, it's kind of like just no one ever utilizes it. They only invest into it for making money. And even if they can't even make money, no one really just likes in the first place, you know? So the new gaming focus team role for FTX is a sign of the continued push to bring blockchain-based products into the gaming space, as demonstrated by projects like GameStop's own NFT marketplace, which we actually covered up ourselves. But through game developers and retailers seeing crypto tokens and NFT items as a promising revenue stream, gamers have voiced widespread concerns and skepticisms, and I kind of agree. I always go and stand by. I'm down with the idea of an NFT. I back in the day, like think Diablo 2, RuneScape, etc., getting and receiving unique items and having an actual like proper value with it. CS:GO skins, even nonetheless. I just don't like the idea of it currently, because it really does kind of seem like a lot of game companies and just things as a whole are just trying to use it and purely make money. And I don't like that. I really, really don't like that. Once again, I'm not against NFTs, and like I said, if I ever did a sponsor with one, I'd probably just go and take it and then go and give out like a console to like a hospital, if anything, you know? But like, it's just kind of scary because all these big game companies keep on pushing for it, and even when people are like, no, we don't want this, no, then like 2 weeks later, they still commit to it. So in the past even few months, various game publishing companies have been forced to cancel proposed NFT projects after fan backlash, which has largely sprung from opposition to new forms of premium download content that are seen as offering little extra value to players. And I'm in the same exact boat with that, because while there is other things like think like CS:GO skins that are worth money on their side, which in theory they actually probably be a really good NFT, that's pretty much the original NFT if you really think about it. But the one big thing is, you have to make it worthwhile for me. And I don't want to have something like an EA once again keep on trying to chime in and make as much money as they possibly can, because at the end of the day, then they're winning and we normal consumers, well, aren't. So basically other blockchain critics basically point out that there's already established markets, as I mentioned too, which makes sense. Brett Harrison, president of FTX US, told The Verge that the company believes blockchain technology can build on existing game features without detracting from the experience of players who are hesitant to adopt it, which, once again, I'm not fully against it. I just want to see one that works. And maybe a lot of you guys are in the same boat. I am someone, if you give me one good use case where it goes swimmingly with basically zero issues and it's like zero pay to win, it's fully optional, I'd maybe be okay with it, maybe. But I really don't like opening up new things when it comes to money, especially for video games, because a lot of companies out there want to go and obviously make money, and a lot of them will do it in ways that I just don't think are necessarily fair. I will keep on pulling out EA and microtransactions, and in all honesty, they have been trying their best to kind of clean up their image, but back in the day, like having to spend money just to play a game you literally paid money, like $60 already for, it's just not worth it. So, and I kind of agree on that. Like a lot of them are saying, like, I think the backlash is primarily out of concern that the focus on cryptocurrency will divert the efforts of game studios away from making the best game possible for the players. And I would agree on that, because look at Battlefield. That was a multi-billion-dollar game, and even with all the developers in the world, they couldn't make it right. Now imagine if they try to go and sell NFTs, and imagine someone spent $50,000 to have a custom-made character or their NFT in their game in there, and then the game ends up flopping because they can't even make the game right. So I think first and foremost, how about we make normal working games without bugs and major glitches and crashes? Think even Cyberpunk, because if big game companies can't even go and do this with millions upon millions of dollars, why would I want to give them even more money for an untrusted product, aka like an NFT, that's just not proven? So it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not against the idea. I'm not against the idea of NFTs. I'm not against the idea of adding them into games and as a whole. But like, you have to implement it right. And a lot of people, I think, are rightfully so skeptical of how it's going to be. So we believe that blockchain technology takes features of games that already exist, such as in-game avatar skins and rewards, which I could agree on. That seems cool. And makes it possible for players to own and invest and trade these items outside the game. Which, once again, I like the idea of that. But what if it's also abused by, say, the game developers? Maybe they have a chance to go mint out really cool NFTs of the best items in the game, and then they try to go and sell on the side market for $50,000 each, and then it kind of ruins the game or ruins all of our experience. Like, there's just so much potential for people to go and like utilize this stuff and make money in really bad manners that I do think a lot of folks are kind of rightfully so skeptical of this. But the enjoyment of all the game for all players, including those who don't wish to participate in these kinds of economies, should always be the primary objective, regardless of whether blockchain check is involved. And I agree. Like, so this is why a lot of companies I just don't want to do it because if you can't make it work out right, I don't want to see it in my game too as well. So for this one too, I think the big idea is that they have like a lot of money. Like even FTX has just basically had a $400 million funding round in January 2022, and also one of the biggest crypto firms in the world too as well, which is insane to go and see. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts and comments on it. I think it's kind of bad. Like I have a little bit of faith, but I just know on how bad the gaming market can be that it's always so scary to go and deal with folks that are trying to go and make more money. Because people don't usually like to stop at like 1 million. They always want to go for the 2 million, then the 3 million, then the 5 million, then the $10 billion, because it's just how companies and stocks always want to run. So I'm always a little bit afraid, and seeing the kind of stuff like this kind of branching to the gaming side is always a little bit more, makes me a little bit more on the skeptical side too as well. So give me your thoughts and comments down below, as well make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch room as well, link down below. Sign up for that Weeble and Coinbase, and I'll see you guys up later on throughout today for a bunch more videos. Love you guys.